Hey everyone, Amia here from Resonance Astrology and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the astrology of the week ahead from April 14th till April 20th. And how are you guys feeling? We're officially coming off of the Libra full moon. I'm wondering how you guys felt. For me, this past week has honestly been a very difficult week. The full moon happened in my 12th house and it was definitely felt. The Sun Chiron conjunction opposing the full moon was also most definitely felt on my side. And even today, it's Monday, it's a moon day, and I'm actually going through my secondary progressed lunar return. So a lot of things happening with the moon in my life, it feels like. I'm also wearing my cute little moon necklace to honor her. But yeah, this week has been very hard for me emotionally. That's why I feel like I'm probably a bit down in this video, so excuse me if that's how I'm feeling. I want to give you quality content, promised, but I'm not good at just like faking it, if you know what I mean. A lot of things are kind of coming off also from the week before that we had, because if you remember the last week's weekly overview, I didn't show my face because my health was not doing so well, and this week actually my health, like my physical health, got a lot better. But what turned out is that I had my surgery not too long ago, right? My endometriosis surgery, my womb surgery, and I'm still in the healing process, even though it's been pretty much almost 2 months ago now. But not to be underestimated. And actually what happened is that a small cyst or something kind of burst around my right ovary. It's not like I had the operation on the left one, but they did operate something on the right ovary as well, and it seems like it was a follicle. And so now I kind of had 2 ovulations at once, which probably constituted, or how should I say, helped, not help, but kind of made this happen the way it did. And so that was quite painful. I didn't really know what was going on. And I'm also working with a natural practitioner. She gave me some new herbs, and one of them at least is simulating the blood flow more. So I don't know if I started taking that and it happened because of that, or it just kind of happened that both of them simultaneously, like this happened, and I coincidentally also started taking the herbs. But obviously having a small inner bleeding, taking something that helps the blood flow is maybe not exactly what you want to be doing at that moment. So intuitively I felt like there was something off, so I stopped taking it and things got a lot better. But then at the same time, one of my cats started doing very badly, and I'm probably going to get emotional talking about this because it's been an emotional week for me, and he's doing better now, luckily. I'm super happy and glad. But I have 2 cats. They're turning 16 in May, so I know they are old, and I know that my times with them are less and less every day. And I basically grew up with them. And one of my cats was just, he stopped eating all of a sudden, and he eats a lot, so it's very weird if he doesn't eat, and suddenly lost a lot of weight. So naturally I was super worried, and with the transits happening, in my 6th house with the Sun Conjunct Chiron, I was just really scared that this might be it. And so like my health was getting better, but my cat's health was declining, and I was just unsure if he's gonna make it or if like this is it. I did make it now, and I'm super glad, but it was still just like going through the notions. It was so emotional because I didn't really know what I have to prepare for. And This year I'm in my 4th house perfection year. It feels like I'm constantly being confronted with the topics of potential death and dying. Even like I had to confront my own mortality before I got my surgery, and it has just been a lot. And again, also the full moon obviously happening in my 12th house. I really was not sure if I'm gonna lose him, if this is it. And I know it's gonna happen. You know, again, they're getting older and older. But it's like losing a family member, and I know the eventual day will come, and I just don't know when this will be. So I'm trying to cherish all the moments we still have left, which is very Venus Saturn. This whole month is followed by Venus Saturn, right? And I brought him to the vet on Friday, and he had extremely high fever and was completely dehydrated and malnourished. Obviously, he was not eating, he was not drinking. He got antibiotics and like something to sink his fever, and also a small injection with infusion, and she gave him also like a vitamin paste. And he recovered quite well. He's actually like, he's good now. But it still just makes me so emotional thinking about it, to be completely honest. And so that has been going on in my life. Then on top of that, a person I started to kind of like and catch more feelings for. I knew I had to come out with it eventually, and I decided to do it like after the full moon, when Venus turned direct again. And yeah, I ended up getting rejected, which is okay, you know. I kind of saw it coming, to be completely honest. But it just made me rethink a lot of things of how I'm seeing love and romance. And I guess the Venus is still in Pisces. The rose-colored glasses I sometimes have on, because it's so rare for me to develop crushes and even catch feelings for people. There's so many things that like have to even happen for me to be interested in someone. So it almost feels like a miracle when I am. And so getting rejected on top of that was also just a bit of a stab in the heart. But, you know, now it's done and over, and eventually, like, I learned from my past mistakes where I wasn't talking about how I'm feeling in a long time, and this is very Gemini moon in the 8th, or just moon in the 8th house, you know, Jupiter traveling through my 8th house for the past year, and still now has made me so deeply aware how much I hide how I'm actually feeling from the world, like how I'm actually doing. And it has been weirdly liberating, starting to be more open and honest about my feelings. Oh gosh, even now it's things are just making me so emotional. I'm a very emotionally sensitive person, and I tend to hide it from the world because I know this world isn't really made for sensitive people. But I have been so grateful for Jupiter traveling through my 8th house, because it's my greater benefic, and just like making me aware how much damage I'm kind of inflicting upon myself by feeling like I have to go through and bear everything on my own, and like feeling so unsafe to hide how I'm actually feeling and what I'm going through, because I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm so good at like having a poker face, even though sometimes I've had panic attacks and people didn't even notice. They just thought I was a chill person. And so it's just interesting to observe my first reactions when I'm faced with rejection is always to just like close off, you know, and shut down and just act like everything is fine when it's not really fine. It's the meme. At the end, I try to turn everything fun because we have to laugh about the ridiculousness of life and everything. And I've had a deck and dance workshop yesterday on Sunday, and I'm just so grateful to like my co-host and also my dear friend Duna, because I was like, look, I'm honestly so emotionally damaged. Like, this whole week has been so emotionally overwhelming for me, and just having someone kind of catch you and be able to actually openly express your feeling and feeling like it's okay, like you're not too much, and like you don't have to hold back your tears. I mean, I guess right now I'm also doing the same thing, which feels so lunar return, progress, lunar return. But yeah, that was, I don't know, it's just so nice. Again, we need one another, we need relationships to one another, because again, it can be so healing. And just being at the workshop and like talking about astrology, I just like I forgot about everything that's kind of going on or has been going on, and it just makes me really appreciate and have so much love for astrology and all the reasons of why I got into astrology in the first place, because it just feels like such a saving grace in the background that I just always have, always will have. You know, the planets, I started building a relationship to the planets at a time where I was extremely lonely, extremely depressed, and completely housebound for a while. I was only able to go out at night because my anxiety was so hard. And that's really when I started to develop a relationship with the planets. And it was a time where I didn't really have anything left to live for and go on for. And I feel like the planets just kind of saved me, you know? And that's when my relationship to astrology completely changed and shifted. Because that's when I started, like, I stopped asking, like, oh, what is astrology doing to me? Like, why is my birth chart cursed? Why are the transits, like, trying to damage me or whatever? And instead of, like, thinking like that, I started to think, what can I do for the planets? Like, maybe I can't live for myself right now, but can I live for the planets? Can I simply go on in service of the planets and be there for them and like serve them? And that's when I just really started loving astrology and developed a relationship with astrology. And I think also really Venus and Saturn were also so prominent at that time, honestly. And yeah, now Venus is more, you know, she's regained much more strength now. Every day she's regaining more strength. And I think it's just such a reminder to, sometimes when Venus is retrograde, we forget the importance of love and serving, like serving love, like as a force, not something we try to find in other people or places, but something that we cultivate within us and that we just continually serve. So I think that is what I have as an intro. A very emotional intro. But before I started recording this video, I just said to myself, I want to be honest. I want to be real. So I'm giving you my realness today. And I hope it's not gonna land in some weird places. But yeah. Anyhow, this is how we're, I guess, gonna start up this video. Thank you so much if you've watch this. I mean, thank you to everyone, seriously, who has subscribed to this channel. Just a few days ago, this channel turned a year old. I made the channel a bit earlier, but the first video I uploaded was my podcast on the first house, and it's it's been a year since I started my podcast, doing it on my own, and I'm so happy I did, because I wouldn't have met so many amazing and cool people along the way. And I just thank you everyone who subscribed. Thank you everyone who watched my videos. Thank you everyone who has been on this journey, that I've met through this journey. I'm seriously, sincerely so grateful. Sometimes, like, you don't know who watches these videos, what people think, what people go through when they look at you. But yeah, thanks for everyone who just, like, tuned in, actually found the things that I've said of use. I sincerely appreciate you. I'm so happy you're still here. So, this has been an extremely long intro. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable on here. And with that, I think let's get into astrology of the week ahead, because this is what this video is actually about. So on Monday, which is today, we don't have any significant transits. On Tuesday, we don't really have any significant transits as well. There's just, I think we're coming off of this Libra full moon, and I think it's completely fine to not have any significant transits at the beginning of the week. Gives us a bit more time to process everything that has been going on, and we're also officially out of eclipse season, which I think we're also all recovering from. Venus and Mercury retrograde, we're recovering from. This week, officially, all planets are direct again. It's really a lot of forward momentum and a lot of clarity that is coming in for everything that we have been going through since around, like, maybe January already, you could say, because also Mars retrograde, like the post-Mars retrograde period is still not over. So we're like post-shadow period now. We're in this realm, so there's bound to be a lot of realizations of everything that has been going on. And that is good. I love that for all of us on a collective level, because things have just been so confusing for so many people. And I think now we're just starting to finally get a bit more clarity. And then on Wednesday, we have Mercury moving into Aries. We also have Moon in Sag. I was not sure if I should mention it, but I do like this fiery signs together. I like that we're getting the Mercury in Aries and Moon in Sag, because I think it gives us that spark and momentum to really get things done, communicate more directly, no BS approach, which is very Mercury in Aries. Like, stand up for your needs, tell other people what you want and what you need, and just be okay with getting rejected or not, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. What matters is that you stay true to yourself. Be able to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. That's the only important thing, seriously. And be proud of your, like, achievements and everything. Obviously, Mercury in Aries can be a bit blunt as well, but I see only good things with this right now. I think it's very much needed, especially because we're kind of still getting out of that Piscean energy. It's not fully over yet, and so I think this is such a good starting point or midpoint of this week. And then what happens immediately, which will happen with all the planets that have, or like all the signs that have any sort of aspect towards Aries, is the planets are gonna meet Neptune first, because, Neptune just moved into Aries. So what does Mercury do first? It's gonna conjunct Neptune. And I think this is good because, as I already told you, we're coming off from this Neptunian realm of Pisces. We've just had like new realizations of what Neptune and Pisces has kind of been like for us in the last 14 years. Now this is a whole new world map. We're still getting comfortable with where things are heading, where things are going. We're like, okay, I unlocked this, and now what should I do? And so this is like the first question, because Mercury is about questions and thinking things through, our communication processes, our thinking processes. And so it's like the first breadcrumb we are like fully getting. Because I think I like this analogy because I think a lot of us are still confused. We're like in between these two worlds. I feel like we've very much shedded our skin and now we're kind of taking baby steps, but we're not fully on the other side yet. And so I like to tell people, just follow the breadcrumbs. Like if you're not really sure where things are going, follow the breadcrumbs, because I'm so sure deep inside of you, there is this inner nudge or pull, or just something like a small idea, or like just pull to like maybe talk to this person, or maybe write this thing down, or maybe record a video about this. Just do that. You don't have to yet have the full picture, but just do the next thing that is the next breadcrumb, and then you will get to the next breadcrumb. A path is formed by walking, and we just have to start walking on this new territory world map that we have unlocked. And this is just the first breadcrumb that we are getting. And then on Friday, we have Mars moving into Leo. I am so happy and excited that this is finally happening, because I think we're all kind of a bit tired of Mars in Cancer, or we're just like, we're over it, you know. I'm definitely over it. And I'm so happy we're also getting another fiery sign here as well, because it's definitely gonna make us much more how should I say this, like passionate inside to actually get things done. All of this in the watery signs is still a bit like holding back, doing more internal processes. But now in these fire signs, it's very much like, okay, I waited for the signs, I've waited for the synchronicities, I've observed. Okay, now let's take action. Like if nothing is coming into me, I will make sure things are happening so things can align in a better way. And this is really, I think, what Mars in Leo is doing. Obviously, what is also happening, this is happening on Friday, by the way. Mars in Leo is also gonna trine Neptune in Aries, basically first thing, happening on Sunday, but like in the night from Saturday to Sunday. First, before that, we have also the sun moving into Taurus, so Taurus season starts officially on Saturday. But yeah, Mars in Leo is trining Neptune in Aries, a Mars-ruled sign, and the trine is a beneficial, positive aspect. So I really like this. I think it's really giving us the courage to really set out in this new world map. Be brave, be bold, be like, I'm going to take the next few steps. I don't know which. And I really like this analogy. I'm not a big gamer, honestly, but I have played a few games. I have played Final Fantasy, for example, and like this open RPG game, I think it's Final Fantasy 14 if I'm not mistaken. And there too, like you unlock new world maps. And I'm just using this analogy because like when you unlock a new world map, you're just like, I don't know what's gonna wait me. I don't know which creatures are gonna be there, which like language they speak, which potions I can use. All of that is it's all new. And we kind of have to be bold and brave to go out and start exploring this new world. And I think this is what this trine from Mars and Leo to Neptune and Aries is just perfect for. To just like take this decisive, bold action on this new adventure, new life chapter that is awaiting all of us in the Aries part of our charts. And then on Saturday, we, as I mentioned before, we have Sun moving into Taurus. Taurus season starts. I'm excited. A Venusian-ruled season. Venus is still in Pisces in her exaltation. And I think this is a great combo. Like, this week just feels much more chill, and the week after that is also gonna be a lot more chill. I think we need that. I think we need to wind down a bit. I feel like this week is very much taking bold and decisive action, but in a chill way, if that makes sense. Because sometimes we can just like overthink everything and feel this urge to like, oh my gosh, like I need to take action, and it's like so much stress. And Taurus season just always reminds us like, no, it doesn't have to be stressed. Taurus is so linked to nature. And there's this quote, I think, of Lao Tzu, which he says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So it's like, go and do the decisive and bold action, but you don't have to hurry. Like if you walk slow or fast, like the breadcrumb way, like if you walk slow or fast to get the next breadcrumb, it doesn't matter because the way stays the same. So do you want to do it in a stressful way, or do you want to do it in a more easeful way? Also reminds me of a Ram Dass quote, which I hope I'm going to say it right, but he's like, you can do it like it's a great weight on your shoulder, or you can do it like it's a dance. And so which way do you want to do it? And I hope you're going to choose to dance, which, yeah, makes so much sense also with the Deccan Dance workshop that we've had this weekend. And it was so much fun, honestly, guys. I can only highly recommend you join the Deccan Dance because I don't know why I'm saying dance all of a sudden. I constantly say dance, but I guess now I turned British for some reason. But this is what is awaiting for us this week. Again, keywords: taking decisive, bold action in a chill way. So imagine taking bold and decisive action, but you're a chill guy or a chill girl. There's no need to rush. There's no need to hurry. Things will get accomplished either way. So I think this is like what we can say for this week. What is also important, this is kind of like already end of Sunday happening. Venus is sextiling Uranus and sextiling Pluto. She's already been in engagement range, so it's not like this is completely new. It's just this is kind of secretly building up over this whole week and happening, which I think is just needed for us to give us the nudge and, again, be bold, take this innovative, transformative action when it comes to Venusian topics, which is about relationships to everything and everyone. And this is how we're ending the week. The next week is starting off with Sun and Mars, Sun in Taurus squaring Mars in Leo. So this is kind of how we're ending the week and nudging into the next week. So definitely some interesting dichotomy going in here, especially when it comes to like our relationships and taking decisive action into how we want to like cultivate and create them. So this is what I have for you this week, guys. Again, I'm talking about astrology. I feel so much better now again. I'm so happy for the planets, man. I love the planets. I live for the planets. So, yeah, if you found this video useful, make sure to leave a like, a thumbs up. It helps out more than you know, for real. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated on weekly overviews and some other astrological, spiritually inclined content. I also do long form content, deep dives into some transits. And yes, I have on social medias. All the links are down below. And I'll see you soon. And so much love for all of you. Bye.